Hey everybody, this is Joyce Chow for the Atlas Post. Now we are going back to them talking about the digital dollars as part of the ABC Act. ABC Act, of course, was brought together by Congresswomen Rashida Tlaib from the 13th District of Michigan, along with Jayapal from Pramila Jayapal, WA7, Washington 7, the 7th District. So the digital dollars happens to be the part of the, well, actually not the coin proposal. So as part of the ABC Act, or the Boost to Communities Act, they do have a portion in there talking about digital dollars. Now they do say that this is, according to Forbes, that this is a possibility of using the infrastructure behind the U.S. debit card to create a digital public currency wallet system, or a digital currency based on the U.S. dollar, according to Forbes. Now if you look at the actual bill, and this is the one that's submitted for Congress. Here you see it, the Automatic Boost to Communities Act. In the bill, it has it listed as the term digital dollars means dollar balances consisting of digital ledger entries recorded as liabilities in the accounts of any Federal Reserve Bank, and digital coins or currency instruments issued by the United States Treasury as legal tender and held as bearer instruments in any digital dollar cash wallet approved by the U.S. Treasury. So these digital dollar wallets mean a digital dollar account maintained by a Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person for the purpose of holding digital dollar balances. So the digital dollar cash wallet means any software program whose standard specifications and functions are authorized and regulated by the U.S. Treasury, which stores, sends, and receives digital coins or currency instruments issued by the U.S. Treasury as legal tender, and which are considered bearer instruments in the possession of the individual or entity on whose behalf the wallet is managed and administered. Now, if you've been following any cryptocurrency, different countries have been talking about doing their own coins, probably because Bitcoin has been around, but it is not by any one country. It's, globally available. So Facebook came out with their Libra coin, which here, welcome to the Libra project. This is the one by that was pushed by Facebook. So their idea was a simple global payment system and financial infrastructure to empower billions of people, because Facebook is around the world, but of course, well, the U.S. government, right? Because it's a U.S. company, right? And this would be an alternative currency in a way. So Facebook, this was March 3rd. Facebook is shifting its Libra cryptocurrency plans after intense regulatory pressure, because they were trying to do it right and get all of the appropriate approvals. Zuckerberg went in front of Congress many, many times. So then they had pivoted and decided that the Libra project, instead of having its own coin, would now support existing currencies in addition to the proposed Libra token. But the Libra token itself had changed quite a bit. Don't you love this graphic right here? Libra in Zuck we trust. Okay, so this was published back in March 3rd, 2020. Actually, just about a month and a half ago. So according to the report, Facebook no longer intends to make the Libra token the actual blockchain-based cryptocurrency. It's in the process of developing in partnership with the non-profit Libra Association. So it was a centerpiece of its digital payments strategy. Well, now enter ABC and the digital dollars. So what happened? Here, I'll give you an idea. Here, we're coming back to Forbes. So in the Automatic Boost to Community Act, otherwise known as ABC, it does contain the digital dollar. Now, this was submitted on April 16th, which was, less than a month? Let's go back and look at that other date that this was published. This was published March 3rd, so April 16th, about a month and a half later, was the ABC Act. So it contained the digital dollar with a digital dollar wallet account at the Federal Reserve called a Fed account, and a digital dollar cash account at the U.S. Treasury called an e-wallet. Here you have the actual names on it. It didn't say it in the portion we were looking at in the proposal, but it's probably in there somewhere else. So the ABC Act was also innovative in supporting a new type of monetary policy theory known as MMT, or modern monetary theory, that has been popularized by the former presidential candidate, Senator Bernie Sanders, during his campaign and his embrace of hashtag mint the coin movement that originated from the ABC Act. See, it comes all back around. So here they mentioned that Representative Tlaib, which was one of the founders of the bill, credits Rohan Gray of the Digital Currency Fiat Institute with helping to design fiscal policy with Treasury by using a legal method to create true platinum coins by the U.S. Mint that are worth $1 trillion. These coins would be purchased by the Federal Reserve, and the resulting payments would be placed in the U.S. Treasury account that would fund monthly stimulus payments of $2,000 per person in the U.S. during the COVID panic, and then $1,000 per month for 12 months following the pandemic. So for full explanation of how MMT is applied, the website below was established soon after the introduction of the ABC Act. And let's see where the website is. So a good place to start with is a simple description that you can carry it in your pocket. MMT proposes that a country with its own currency, such as the U.S., doesn't have to worry about accumulating too much debt because it can always print more money to pay interest. Didn't you always wonder where that money was coming from? So the only constraint on spending is inflation, which can break out if the public and private sectors spend too much at the same time. As long as there are enough workers and equipment to meet growing demand without igniting inflation, the government can spend what it needs to maintain employment and achieve goals such as halting climate change. So, for example, with the pandemic or coronavirus, as we're calling it, with everything, it allows them to go ahead and print it without, to go ahead and meet the needs that we did and hopefully not causing too much inflation. We shall see. Didn't you always wonder where all that money was going to come from? Yeah, that's what they want. But right now they're just talking about printing $2 trillion coins. Wow. What do you think about the U.S. creating $1 trillion coins to pay off the stimulus? Do you currently use digital currency such as Bitcoin, Apple Pay, PayPal, Square, Venmo, or Zelle? Please leave your comments as we want to hear from you. The Atlas Post is news relating to finances, the CARES Act, relief stimulus bills, and more for those who like to get tips and hear their news. Thanks for the thumbs up, subscribe, and check out our playlist, The Atlas Post.